Let's take a look at Gustav as we know it right now. Here's the latest information. This morning, Gustav was downgraded to a tropical depression moving across western Louisiana headed toward Texas. Gustav sideswiped New Orleans, and the city's fragile levee systems seem to be holding this morning. The mandatory evacuation and curfew remain in effect, but Mayor Ray Nagin says the city will reopen within a matter of days. Parts of Louisiana were hit hard. More than 1 million people without power this morning. We've got Dave Price, who did such a yeoman's duty yesterday in Houma, Louisiana. He's nearby here this morning with the latest on Gustav. Good morning, Dave.
And good morning to you, Harry. We made the trip last night from Houma to New Orleans through routes 182 and 90, which were tree-strewn and debris-strewn last night. A very slow trip, which very few cars got to make. And once you got to the New Orleans city limits, no one was allowed in without a pass. And most likely, in many parts of this state, that's going to be the same story for several days until officials tell people it's safe to come back. And it was a wild wind-up to this storm. Many people thought this could be particularly devastating, but luck was on the side for so many people as the storm was downgraded before it made landfall. Let's look back at the last 24 to 48 hours. After days of preparation, evacuation, and nail-biting, Hurricane Gustav made landfall as a Category 2. Weaker than expected, but dangerously powerful.
I was so grateful earlier because I was thinking this is not going to be another Katrina.
With its 110-mile-per-hour winds, Gustav downed power lines, toppled trees onto houses, and flooded roads.
A lot of wind, kind of howling. It's kind of spooky.
The Coast Guard flew over the New Orleans area yesterday to assess the damage, and today emergency crews will begin clearing debris and restoring power to thousands left in the dark. New Orleans levees, some rebuilt after Hurricane Katrina, are being put to the test. Some streets and homes are underwater, but officials say there's no catastrophic flooding.
We're monitoring the situation so we can notify our higher command if any of the levees do fail.
The flood wall at the Industrial Canal was rebuilt after giving way during Katrina, but it appears to be holding even as floodwaters spill over the top. Now, there's good news right now. Again, all we're talking about wind-wise are gusts to 30, 40 miles per hour. There's some heavy rain in store, not only still in areas right around here, but southern Arkansas and Louisiana, northern Louisiana, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Now, all eyes on Hannah, Hurricane Hannah. Today over the southern Bahamas. Let's go to the graphic right now. It's going to be moving to the northwest over the rest of the Bahamas chain tomorrow and into Thursday. Landfall potentially Friday in the Carolinas. And at this point, we can't predict how intense that storm may be. We're going to keep an eye on it. That storm will work its way up the coast as we head through the heart of the weekend. We'll have much more for you in a little while. In the meantime, we'll send it back to you, Harry.
Joining me now is New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin. Mr. Mayor, good morning. Thanks very much for taking the time to speak with us. Yeah, we are still feeling some of the last effects of this storm. It is raining, and it's a little bit miserable out here in New Orleans. What is the situation in this city right now?
Well, we're still in the mode of watching the storm, but fortunately it's past us. So this morning and all of today we will be doing assessments and repairs. All the utility companies will be coming in. And then tomorrow we will invite all of our businesses in. And then hopefully by Thursday our residents will be back in the city.
We've been able to drive around great portions of the city. Do you know how many people are without power? Because there are a lot of lights out.
It's approximately, last night we had reports that said there were 77,000 people out of 145,000 people that were still without power. But every day it's going to get less, and we have a massive caravan of crews coming to the city, and they should be here this morning to fix the rest of the power outages.
Yeah, as we drove around, especially west, you know, around Uptown and then different areas as we get closer to Jefferson Parish, a lot of trees down. How long do you think it's going to be before people really will be able to come home?
Well, we expect by the end of the week. You know, we have all those crews coming in. We have tree cutting services. We have debris removal contractors that are on their way. A lot of these contracts were bid or put out for requests for proposal, but prior to any storm, and it's just part of our normal operations, they're on their way, and we should clear it out pretty quickly.
You know, some people, you listen to the talk radio overnight or over the last couple of nights, and they said you oversold this storm. The fact is, the city is quite empty, very well evacuated. In retrospect, do you have anything that you feel like you have to apologize for?
Absolutely not. At the time when I made my very strong comments, there was a certain amount of complacency in our city. There were still many people here, and it was a Category 4 storm that was projected to get even stronger and was pointed right toward us. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would do something very similar.
All right. Well, Mr. Mayor, we wish you good luck in continuing recovery efforts here after Gustav. We hope we don't see another one of these again this season. Thanks very much. Do appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.